Hi guys, good afternoon, good morning, good day from wherever you're watching from. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for subscribing. If you're coming across this page for the first time, please subscribe, like, comment, and share. If you've been watching and been following for a while now, I really want to say thank you for your support, for pushing this brand, and for believing in me. I truly appreciate it. Without further ado, I will just go right into the topic of today. Like you already know, I'm speaking about success is not wishful thinking. So success, what I mean is that success is not just something that you think about or something that you just desire and just sit down and keep desiring it without putting in any effort. So today I'm talking to us to challenge us about the importance of actually putting in the work to achieve success. A lot of times when we see people, envy people who are doing things that we want to be doing. The difference between us and them is that they are doing something, they are being deliberate. So success requires deliberate effort. It requires intentionality. It's not something that you just, oh, I feel like I'm going to be successful. You can keep feeling and feeling and feeling to the end of the age, but without taking any action or without doing anything, it's just a wishful thinking. So, yes, that is what I'm talking about today. And I would like to, relate this with the issue of social media. I've seen oftentimes how people's lives change and turn around because of social media. And you find out that, maybe for instance, a content creator that has been creating content for the past 5 years and nobody knows them, and suddenly they just meet with one opportunity to collaborate with somebody that is bigger, to collaborate with a known content creator, and that is how their lives change. Like we've seen it over and over again. Even people who like actors, people that act movies, you just see somebody that nobody really knows, and then and suddenly they begin to take over the whole space. They become the talk of the town. So success requires consistency, requires hard work, and I think that is where we always miss it. And it also requires discipline. So I'm going to start. There are lots of things that I want to say about this, but I'm going to take it at a time. So uh, one thing that you must know is that success requires hard work. Hard work is one of the very important tools for success. If you want to be successful, you have to put in the work. You have to. There's no wishing for something without doing something. While I understand the concept of God blessing somebody and all that, I'm not a believer or a firm. I'm not one that believes that you are not doing anything. I believe solely in the Bible that says faith without work is that you have to be doing something. Then you can put your faith to use. You can put your faith to use over what you are doing, what you already have doing. A lot of us, we already tell ourselves that by next year, oh, I don't want to be in this current situation. I want to be earning so and so. But there's nothing that we are doing to to be able to achieve that. We're just hoping that by some luck or by magic it will happen to us. It does not happen that way. Success requires hard work. This is a way to also challenge you. There are lots of people that they are, and I mean a lot of us, including myself. I'm also caught up in this, so I'm also talking to myself. So hard work requires you to show up even though when it's not comfortable, when it's not convenient. You show up, you put in your effort, you put in all your all to be able to achieve something. Nothing really falls on your lap just because you desire it. Nothing really falls on your hands just because you wish for it. You must be hardworking. You must work hard. And I know people talk about smart working and working hard. I'm here to tell you that hard working pays. I don't know smart working, and I'm not here to confuse you with that. And for those of us who have a plan or have something that be a goal, and we don't see it through, there's no way you can be successful without having the patience to actually see something through. You want to achieve something, you must put in the work, then have the patience, and then be consistent at it. The difference between we and people that are making it, we and people that, apart from audacity and boldness, is consistency. So you try something today, because it didn't work today, you've left it for something else. You are always jumping and hopping on, oh, this new business has come out, they say they are making money, just put 100,000 and you make 1 million, fiam. You have jumped and you have gone there to go and do it. It does not work like that. You have to understand the process, you have to trust the process, you have to put in the work to be able to be successful. And by this, I'm also, like I said, I'm also talking to myself. I'm also challenging myself that everything that I set my heart to do, I must be patient to see it through. I must be consistent in hard working, in being hardworking to be able to achieve it. So The number one point that I want to talk about is that success is a process. It is not the day you begin, it's not the day you are born that you begin to walk. It takes time. There's a time to be born, like the Bible also says, there's a time to die, there's a time to rejoice, there's a time to mourn. There's time for everything. So if you think that the day you start working is the day you start earning 1 million, then you are joking. You have to start from somewhere and build capacity from there. You have to understand that this thing is a process. Of course, it's good to give yourself targets and also look at, oh, in the next 5 years, this is where I want to be. But you have to back that up with hard work. You have to ensure that you are doing something. A lot of people want to, they like the opportunities that you have, they like that you are working, you are this, but they are so lazy to take courses. They know what they're supposed to do, but they're not doing it. A lot of us know the key to our success. We know the key to our breakthrough. We know the things that we can do, at least, that can push us. But we oftentimes neglect it because we are too lazy, because we cannot see it through. You start something today, you make excuse. A lot of us, excuses is the pain of our existence. Like, you are always making excuse for everything. Excuse for everything. I will start tomorrow. I will start next tomorrow. I will do it this when I have money, when I have aesthetics, when I get married, when I have children, I'm just, you keep procrastinating and making excuses. And you'll find out that by the time you get all these things, you have the money, you have the aesthetics, you get married, you have everything that you need. You still not do what you want to do because you've not learned the discipline. So it brings me to my second point, that discipline is something that you should learn as an individual, as an adult. You should learn discipline. It's not, sometimes you should learn to deprive yourself of certain things, certain pleasures, so that you can achieve, so that you can be successful. It's not everything that comes to your mind. It's not everything that you feel like doing that you must do. As somebody who is aspiring to have success, sometimes you have to shut your eyes. Sometimes you have to put in the work. There was a time in my life that I was doing courses almost back to back, buying all the money I was having that time. I was buying courses from one course to another. I didn't know the one that I was going to use and blow, as a matter of fact, but I kept doing it as far back as 2021. I was still in uni. I think I was in 300 level or 400 level. I think that there was, I think around COVID, I registered for ALX. I started doing a lot of things. I just wanted to have this idea because I began to realize that for the kind of life that I want to have, for the kind of things that I want to have, being in school does not afford me that. Like, going to school, what this course I studied, I'll have to put in an extra work to be able to meet up with what the demands of what I want. And then I began to search, I began to I didn't even have any clarity, but I was just learning. As a matter of fact, when you start learning, if for people that don't have guy, like when I started, I didn't have any guy. I was just taking any course that appeals to me. I would take any course that I was able to understand. I would take it. I kept taking, kept gathering the certification and all that. The current job that I'm doing, in fact, the courses I took initially were not related to current job I was doing. But I just thought one day, I think I was serving during my service year, and I just said, oh, I want to do this course. I want to pivot. I don't want to do this thing again. I feel like I'll be better doing. I've assessed myself. I checked my abilities and capabilities, and I sat and I told myself, okay, this is what I need to do. I need to first buy a course. Then I need to look for somebody that can maybe hold my hands, and that's what I did. I paid for the course immediately. I started learning. I would go to my physical PPA or job, and I would come back and I would continue doing my course. And in less than 3 or 4 months into that was when I think got my job at 3 or 4 months into it. That was when I got my job. And I reached out to somebody while I was learning that, oh, I reached out to somebody that was in the terrain that I wanted to do. Oh, this is what I want to do. Can you please guide me? Is there any certification that you think that will help me? Is there anything I need to learn and what not that what I didn't need to learn? And I started building myself, started building my confidence. I started getting like basic concept ideas of what I wanted to do. A lot of you want to work 9 to 5, you want to do remote jobs, you want to do great things, but you are not putting in the work that you need to do. You are not, and I'm not by any means saying that I'm the standard or I'm perfect. If for anything said, I feel like I've been so laid back in a lot of things. I could have been far ahead. I could have, been far ahead if I intensify my efforts and put in more work. So this is a call to encourage you that discipline is very, very important. Hard work is very important, and success is also a process. As somebody wants to succeed, you must be obsessed with improving. I don't know if obsession is the word, but I can't think of a better word. You must be obsessed with improving. A lot of us are too laid back. We are too convenient in where we are. You are just in that place. You are just okay with 50,000 naira salary. Yeah, you don't want to do anything to better your life. You don't want to, you don't want to inconvenience yourself. You are just okay as long as you can see food to eat. You don't want any other thing. And I understand that. As a matter of fact, I aspire to live the kind of life that I want to make money and just live a very cool life and soft life, but there's time to work. This is the time where you have to work, especially if you are youth, you are a young person. It's time to put in the work so that you can eat the fruit later. We are not doing anything. A lot of you are caught up. You don't want to leave your current location because you don't want to take risk. You don't want to see, what if I go to another place and I don't make it? What if you try it and you make it? Really, what if you try it and you make it? Sometimes success also requires taking some risk, some calculated risk. I mean, take some risk, try a different terrain, leave what you are used to and go to a new place. Some of you is where they gave birth to you, that you've been since 1990, and you have not tried any other thing. You are just comfortable with the things that your parents are handing you, the handouts that your family are giving you. No personal ambition, nothing that you want to do for yourself. As you are watching this video, I want you to think very deeply. What is the thing that I aspire for? What is that goal? What is that thing that I really want to do? And map out a plan for how you can achieve it. At least have a plan first. Then God can say, okay, oh, this is how it's going to be successful. This is how you are going to blow. This is the way. The truth is that a lot of times God is the one that has direction of the way you will go. But at least even have a plan. Even start out with doing something and not be idle. Start out with doing something. Improve on your tenses, your English, read books. I'm so sorry, shocked at the way people are really, really laid back. I've been in an association, like a kind of friendship before, like that. This person was just very mediocre, nothing, not no aspiration. And when you're trying to push this person and say, oh, let's do this thing, let's achieve this, it's looking like you are doing too much. I literally, okay, read about this person, go to social media. You are a young person, for goodness sake. You don't have data to check what's going on online. There's no clue whatsoever. Sometimes I encourage my friends, if there are people that I read and I learn something from, I'll send their pages to them. Oh, watch from this person, there's something that you can learn from this person, read from this person. I like the way the person thinks. I filter a lot of things. It may not necessarily be everything that pertains to that person that I agree with, but the things that have been beneficial to me, I pick it and I get going. So that idea of being laid back, being comfortable in your current state, you don't want to do anything to better your life. All that you just want to do is just, as long as you see your daily bread and you eat, you don't know that you are meant for more. The Bible says that let your light so shine. The reason the Bible did not say let your light shine, it says so shine. That means what you are doing now, the light that you are shining now, can shine better. It can be intense, it can be better. So if you think that where you are now is the peak of where you can get to, is a lie. There's a place that you can get to that is better and bigger, that is more profitable than where you are. Challenge yourself in that business that you are doing. How can I add a touch of excellence? That's why you went to school. That's the difference between an illiterate and an illiterate. The kind of finance, kind of excellence that you know that you put into whatever you do, even if you are selling pepper. That's the difference between you and the person that did not go to school. Learn how to a lot of you, they have been correcting you since 2020. You want to spell people's name, you spell it with small letters. No improvement, no improvement whatsoever. No, trying to be better. No, trying to refine your tenses. You write a post and we struggle to read what you are, and you've graduated for the past 5 years. For goodness sake, when do you really want to get better? Sometimes we need to really, really do better, really, really push ourselves to be able to achieve success. And another thing that I want to talk about is taking responsibility for your life. You see, this idea of thinking that, oh, somebody is going to save me. Oh, you are banking on people's generosity to be able to live your life. You have a business, you feel like, by the time I squander the money from the business, by the time I call 3 or 4 people, they will come through for me. That's how you've been living your life since January. No plan, no purpose. You know that your house rent is going to be due by the end of the year. No plan on how to pay it. Your own is vibes and inshallah that by the time I do it like this, by the time I call this person, by the time I call that person, it will work. That's not how to be intentional. That's not how to achieve success. Success is a deliberate effort. Taking responsibility for your life is a sign that, first of all, you are a very serious person. you are a serious adult. I know that sometimes you can plan, your business can go south and all that. But when it becomes like a repeatable, when repeats itself every time, this year you have to call people to be able to pay your fees. Next year you have to call people to be able to pay your fees. At some point, you really need to sit down with yourself and say, is this the kind of life I want to live? You really need to. And you know what also what makes you an adult is that you think. That's different between an adult and a child. A child does not think. A child does not ọmọdé ò kí ní rònú. Like a child does not have what they are thinking about. They're just thinking how to play and to eat. That's why you're an adult, because you have a brain to be able to think, to be able to plan and say, oh, this is not the way my life is going to continue. I want this aspect of my life to be better. Then you now put in the work. And also, another thing I want to talk about is you can't get an outcome from anything that you don't prepare for. If you don't prepare for something, best believe you're not getting an outcome. Whatever outcome that you are getting is going to be a negative outcome. You cannot get a positive outcome from what you've not taken your time to prepare for. Preparation is a sign that you are going to be successful. Do you know that there's a way I see people, they don't have their lives figured out now, but the way I see them and the way they are going out, I can tell in my mind there are few people like that that I know from a distance, and I'm like, this person is going to be successful, this person is going to make it. It's not because they have everything sorted. It's not because they have money. It's not, but the way they are moving, you know, you can tell that this person is a serious person and not a serious person. A person that is serious, you see the way the person takes their life seriously, the way the person invests in their life, the way the person takes responsibilities for their life. And an unserious person is the exact opposite of that. So I want to encourage you, if there's any goal that you've told yourself your mind that you want to achieve, if there's anything that you've spoken to yourself that you want to do, this is the time to see it through. This is the time. It's not too late to map it out. It's not too late to be disciplined. It's not too late to take responsibility for your life and stop blaming every other person. Some of you are blaming everybody, and the reason why your life is like this is because of other people. The reason why you did not make it is because they did not give you money. It's because nobody helped you when you called your uncle, he did not answer you. This is a challenge for you to take your life seriously, to put in the effort by yourself, to do something about your life, to imagine that nobody is coming to save you, and be disciplined about it. There is always a way. You see all those excuses that we give ourselves. Let me put it to you. Let me put it to us, to myself, that it is just an excuse. We can put in the work no matter the condition that we are, no matter what we are going through. There's always a way that can work, no matter at the very level that you are, at the very least, at the bottom, at the highest, wherever you are, no matter the points that you are presently in your life, there's always a way. I've come to the end of this video. I hope that this has challenged you. I hope that this has ministered to you. I hope that this will push you and challenge you to be a better person and to aim for success. Not forgetting that success is not wishful thinking. Bye.